here for you to show you that the watch is working really well underwater as well. So if we put the watch here, we can see that you can fully put it underwater. You can swim with it. You can dive with it. It's no problem for this watch because it's very waterproof. It has GPS, and you can make video calls with this watch even while it's underwater. So we can even make a video call to this watch when it's underwater. I will try this. Let me try to make a call. It's not the same watch. I will show you first with the other watch what it looks like when we make a video call. So this is what it looks like. So your child can receive the video call here, can pick it up directly, and can use this camera at the front to respond. So you have two cameras here. You have one camera at the front and one at the back. And yeah, the front camera is mainly for the video calls and for making selfies. And the back camera, the child can use it to make photos of the environment. The resolution is also higher than the front camera. And the photos can be then saved in the album here. You can set the resolution of the photos as well. You can go to the, if you go to the settings, in the settings, we have the camera settings, and you can see you can set the resolution of the front camera and the back camera. You can set the resolution either higher or lower, depending on what you want. So you can have it like in HD or full HD, or set it to a lower resolution. If you want to make more photos and save more space, you can set it to a lower resolution. And we have a lot of apps here on this smartwatch, and I'm going to show you all the apps in a moment. First of all, when we have the main watch face, that's what it looks like. You can see the time here. You can also change the design. You can change the design of this if you go to the layout settings. You can change it to a different design if you want, or you can use your own photo as a wallpaper in the background if you want to have it like this. So you can customize the looking of this watch face. So first of all, on the very left side, we have all the recent incoming calls, and we have all the contacts that we added to this watch, and all the family members we added here. You can directly click on it, and then you can call this family member with a video call or a phone call if you want by clicking on it. So it's really convenient. It's very fast. And then if you swipe right, yeah, we have first this watch face here and with the time, and then we continue swipe. We have all the different chats here. So we have a family group chat, and we have also the chats with all of the people we added here. So this chatting function here allows you to record a voice message. So either you hold here to talk, record a voice message, and it sends the voice message to the family member, or you click on the left side, the symbol, and you type a message. You can also swipe right. Then you have different emojis you can send here. You have two different types of emoji packs here. Or you swipe right another time. And here you can see, you can directly open the camera, directly take a photo and send it to the person. Open the album and send a photo, or here video, you can send a video here as well. So it's really convenient for sharing photos and videos immediately to your family members. So it's yeah, it's very convenient here. And then next we have the little avatar that we can customize here. You can change the looking of this, and here you see like the daily points that you get for your workouts, and for checking in. You get the daily amount of points every day. Here it will be shown here. You can exchange it for experience points, and the higher you experience, the higher is your level on the watch. And here next we have all of the apps here. And you can also see all of the apps on the phone app that is, you can bind the app, you can bind the watch to this app here, and then you can always contact your child through this app here and chat with them and give them video calls. And you can see we installed all of the apps here. The first one is Add Friends. Add Friends is this function. If you have another child who also has a watch like this, they can add each other as a contact here. And you can, for example, start a race against the other child, or you can see the ranking also. So you can you can see who did how many steps in the step counter. And when we go to the second app here is the steps here. That's the step counter app. It shows you today's steps. So as soon as your child is wearing the watch on the wrist, it can count the steps. So every day it will show how many steps you reached. You can set a goal here as well. And below we have the rankings. So if we added another child's profile here, another child who has a watch like this as well, it will also show the points of the other child here. And you have a ranking, who is first, who is second. And you can give each other a like as well. By pressing this heart button here, you can give the person a like. And then this person will also receive that on their watch. And next we have the fitness. So you can see the energy burned here in grams. Every day it's written here. You can see your current data. And if you click on exercise now, we have different kinds of sports that can be recognized here. So for example, swimming, skipping, running, and sit-ups. So 4 different types of sports can be recognized here. So if we do click, for example, on swimming, you can select your pool length first. You should select that first if you are swimming for a certain distance or time. So either you swim, for example, 50 meters, let's say, and then you click on start. You have to select the pool length first. And then we click on start. And that's what it looks like. So now it's starting to measure the distance of swimming here. Yeah, so you can see that. And you can also end this by pressing the on-off button. You can switch this off. Then you basically finished your round of exercise. And the parents can also see this on the app here, can track the progress. So we have the same kind of function here for every watch. We have the fitness data that we can see here. This is what it looks like here on the phone. So we see how much calories are burned, and also see the step count from the step counter. And the exercise time in minutes will be shown here as well as a diagram. So you will see all of this data. For example, sports today, swimming. You can see here 0 meters. But you see that we have used this function, so it's also synchronized here. The parents can see which kind of sports the child was doing and their progress as well. So you have all the different types of sports here that can be recognized, and then it's saved for 1 week. So you can see the data for today, but also for the previous days if you go back. Yeah, so much for the fitness. Another thing you have here is the sensors here at the back. The sensors are for measuring different health data. For example, you can measure here under the app called Health. You can measure your body temperature, heart rate, and blood oxygen. So there are different things that can be measured. Of course, you need to wear the watch really tightly on the wrist, and at least wait 1 minute so this data can be captured, and then it will measure all of this data, and the parents can also see that on the app. So on the app you can see here fitness and here health. If you click on health, you see all of the health data that has been measured over the past few days. You can see that, for example, body temperature here today. So if there are any changes throughout the day, it will show you the changes here as a diagram for the parents. And it will also inform you if it's normal or maybe your child has fever. You will get a notification here, so you will be informed about the health of your child. The other thing here is heart rate. So heart rate, the diagram also looks similar here. So it will show you the resting heart rate as well as the range overall of the heart rate. So it will be shown here for today, but you can also go back for a whole week. So for a whole week, you can have the data here saved. And then you have a thing called mood. So this measures the mood of your child, if there's any data, and you will see everything from sad to having good mood. It will be shown here. And then you see like a weekly diagram, how the child was feeling over the whole week. You can see it like from the past 7 days until now, there will be a diagram here showing you the mood of the child, how it was feeling every day, measured by the health data. And then the last thing we have here is the blood oxygen. So if it was measured here right now, it says no data. If you check the records of previous measurements, we have no records here. But if we measured it before, then there will be a list here of the times that we have measured it before and what the data was. And you also have an explanation here about what blood oxygen means and how it is affecting you. So you can check about this. You can measure all these different kind of health data and track your child's fitness as well as the health. So it's great for, it's a great watch for different kinds of sports and body exercise and just general health, I would say. It also motivates the children to do more sports. If you have another child who also has a watch like this, that they can start a race against each other. So we have an app on the watch that is for racing against each other. You will use the step counter here in dual. So you click on dual, that's what it looks like. Here it will count the steps until your child has reached 100 steps. So who is faster? You can challenge your friend here. If you click on challenge, then you are both running at the same time against each other, and the step counter will check who is the first one to reach 100 steps. And then you will be the winner if you're the first one, and then you can see the ranking list between each other. And so that's an interesting function to challenge each other. And you also, of course, have other functions like the stopwatch. You can also use the stopwatch if you do a race against each other, or if children want to see how fast they can run, they can use this stopwatch here to measure that. And then we have the level. So the level can be increased by daily check-ins. You earn points which you can exchange for experience points. And then here the level of the watch will increase. And the parents can also see that on the app. So for every child, they have a profile here, up here, and you can see level 7. That's the level of this watch I was showing you just now. And you can see how much points the child has earned and how many steps they have made. You can see it up here in the profile. You can also, if you click on them, you see different information like the phone number of the watch, as well as you have the QR code here. So other family members can also add this child here as a contact. And then you have the information about the kids. So here you can put in your child's name, date of birth, gender, and also the school and the class. So you can fill in this different kind of information for every child. You can have this profile. And of course, thanks to the GPS, you can always see the location here under locate, you can always see the real-time location of the child. So this is like right now, we can see where the watch is right now. And we can also go back. If we click on history, you can see the location of this watch for the past 14 days. So we can save the location for 14 days to see where did our child go in the past 14 days. It will all be saved here. And of course, the first function here, the first button here is the chat button. So you can see all of the chats, all of the children's profiles that we have made here. We can chat with them directly. If we click, you can send like you can send a text message or voice message here. You can also send an emoji, or you can directly click on this plus sign, and here you have an option to start a video call as well, or send a photo from your album if you want. And we also have the family chat. So the family chat here, we added all of the family members here into one group chat. So when you write a message here, all of the family members can receive this message. So everyone can receive it at the same time. And yeah, notifications. So the notifications, this bell icon here shows you the status of each watch. So it will show you if the watch is fully charged or if it is running out of energy. If it runs out of energy too fast, you can set it to low power mode. So we have that here. I will show you low power mode. Yeah, low power mode is the option that you can select to make the battery last longer. You can see this blue watch here has 21 hours left in the normal power mode, but if we switch to low power mode here, we have 88 hours. Here is the button here at the bottom. You can switch between the normal power mode and the low power mode, and if you switch it, of course it can only support call and locate. All the other functions are not available anymore, so you cannot use the apps anymore if you're in low power mode, which will save a lot of battery for the watch. And you can also see on top here the watch's battery level, how high it is. So if it has just been charged, it will be 100%. And low power mode will automatically switch on if the battery level is less than 10%. So it's also an automatic function. So you as a parent don't need to do this manually if the watch is running low on power. So you always have these functions that the GPS is on, and you can always make a call to your child in low power mode as well. So we also have a lot of functions here on the app, which we can control here. For example, the parents can only control this class mode. You can set the class time of the child. So during a certain time where the child is in school, it cannot use the apps on this phone during this time. So you set, for example, every day in the morning, Monday to Friday, this time where the child is in school, and you click to repeat it Monday to Friday. And then during this time, it is the class time, and the child cannot be distracted by playing with the watch, because all of the features are not available except contacting the parents. So you can click to allow contact the parents under class mode, yes or no. You can allow it here or not, depending on what you decide. And you can also disable certain apps. So if you think certain apps shouldn't be used by your child, you can go in here and see which apps are enabled. Right now we enabled all of them, but you can also click on each one. For example, AI scanner. If you want to let your child use this app or not, you can click here, allow to use the app on the watch, yes or no. You can click here. If you switch it off, then it is not available anymore to your child. It cannot use this function here. And you can also check under watches health management. You can check the screen time for every watch. So it will first show you the daily screen time of today, how long the watch was used, how many minutes. and which apps were used the most. So we have 1, 2, 3. The 3 most used apps will be shown here and how many minutes the child spent on this watch. And you can set the screen time management, so you set a limit for your child. For example, 60 minutes. So the child can only play with the watch 60 minutes. After 60 minutes of screen time, all of the below apps here, as you can see, will not be available anymore. They are not accessible anymore after the daily limit has been reached. And you can also set to get a notification if your child is continuously using the phone for, let's say, 10 minutes or longer. You can set it here, the time. You can get a notification on your phone that the child was continuously playing with this watch for 10 minutes. Under the notifications button here, you can see you get the notification then. And under App Center, so you have the App Center here, it will show you all of the apps that are installed on the watch. And the App Center function is also available on the watch itself. You can see here all of the apps that are installed, and you also see a description of what they are. And you can see if you can update it or not. So here's a button says update. If it says update, then you can update to a newer version, and you can make sure you always have the newest version of every app on this watch here. You can also do the same thing on the watch. So the watch also has this app called App Center here. We go here, yeah, to the App Center. It's this purple icon here, App Center. If we click, we will see all of the apps here listed. They are all listed here, and we see installed, and we see updated if they have been updated. Other than that, yeah, you can see your version number as well. Yeah, so you see if you have the newest version of this or not. And here you also see user agreement, everything. And you can also remove the apps. So you can go to the App Center to directly remove the apps if you don't need them, don't want them. If you think they're distracting, you don't use them at all, you can just remove the app. And if you want, you can install it again, of course, anytime you want. And we can also check under the storage how much storage we have. We have here 4 GB overall storage, and 1.1 GB has been already used. And we can see which apps here take up the most storage. Of course, it's going to be the album app, because your photos and videos will probably take the most space. Here you can delete a few photos and videos, or you set the resolution lower for the camera. So you go to the settings and go to the camera settings, set the resolution lower. Then you can save a lot more space. You can make a lot more photos, and it will take up less space here. You can also delete some if you feel like you need to. You can always check here. So it's better to keep checking the status here in the storage, how much storage you have left. Actually, the apps don't take up too much space, and you still can make a lot of photos. And for making photos, actually, we have 3 different photo apps here. So we have the normal camera app that just opens the camera, so you can use it both for the front and the back camera. So you can use the normal camera app to make photos with each of them. You can also make videos with them. And you can also use the sticker cam. The sticker cam is the camera that uses funny stickers. It can put a funny sticker on you, as you can see, and then you can save the photo if you liked it or not. So you can put like funny effects on your face, or you use it with the back camera, so you can make a photo of other people as well with this, and then they will have this kind of effect on themselves. And then we have the funny cam. Funny cam is another kind of small function here. You do a smile test, so you smile into the camera, and then you can win some points for your smile with the funny cam here. Next, we have a very basic app called Alarm. So that's pretty much the same like on your smartphone. You can just set different alarms. You can actually set many alarms here. You can set it if you repeat it once or not here even. So you can have an alarm also wake you up in the morning. And under the settings, you can also change the ringtone. So if you go to settings, so the first settings we see here is display and brightness. We can change the brightness of the screen and also the screen timeout. We can set it to 30 seconds maximum. So I set it to 30 seconds. And volume and ringtone. So here you can choose your ringtone and how loud it is as well. So we have different kind of styles of ringtone here. That's when you receive a call, basically. That's the tone you hear. So you can choose between these different ringtones. And you also have a text tone. So each time you receive a text message, if you have a SIM card installed in here, you can receive text messages. So there will also be a text tone. So that's a kind of sound that you will hear when you receive the message. Yeah, so you can set this by yourself. And also flipping settings, you can set it that each time you flip the screen here, the camera will automatically open. So there's a setting like this, or you can switch it off, then it will not open automatically. Right now there's nothing. If you set it, you can set there's like an effect and the camera opens. There's some sound as well. Other than that, you have like WLAN here, so you can switch on your network. You can use the home network if you are at home. You can also manually add networks to the watch by using your phone app here. You can find it here under watches networks. And here you can click to manually add a network, your home network, to the child's watch. And then the child can connect with this and access the home network to save more data. And next we have software update. It just shows you which version of your software you have. If it's not the latest version, of course you should update it. And then you have a Bluetooth function. You can switch on Bluetooth to pair some earphones and with this device. So Bluetooth earphones can be connected to this watch as well. And then we have the camera settings. Of course, the camera settings is for setting the resolution for the camera. You can set it higher or lower. You have two choices. You can either set it to the higher resolution, both the front and rear camera, or the lowest resolution if you want to save space. And then you have unlock settings. So that's your screen lock settings. Right now, I set it to no lock screen. So I can directly open the watch. Once I click it, it's just directly available. You can also set it to slide to unlock. Then you slide up on the screen at the beginning to unlock the watch, or you can say you want to set a password. Then you can click the option here, unlock with password. You can set your own password, then the watch is locked and only you can use it by unlocking it with your password here. And we have a function called drainage. So drainage is the function that we used when the watch was underwater before. So I'll show you with this pink watch here. So the watch is really wet right now, but you can see it's still working. And we will use the drainage function in the settings to get the water out of the holes here at the side, because it can affect the sound if there's water in it. So the sound might be strange when you have a ringtone. So we click on drainage. And now the water is being removed from these little holes here. yeah, we are removing the water from the little holes here. So the being underwater for a long time doesn't affect the watch. You can use it several times, this function, until all of the water is out of these holes here. So that's a great function if the water has been, if it has been underwater for a while. And then it shows you the status drained. So now all the water has been drained out of the holes at the side. Next, we have we have a setting also for language, so you can change the language. So we have here English, Chinese, Spanish, German, and Polish. You have all of these language settings here. It would change the watch completely to that language. So all of the apps and everything, all the information on the watch will be in that language if you select it. So I have also used this watch in German before, so it works really well. And next we have the rejected history. That's the incoming phone calls over the past 30 days that we have rejected. The parents have this great function here. I will show you on the phone. Reject unknown calls. So you have this reject unknown calls function that all of the strangers that are trying to call your child under that number, of course, if you have a SIM card in the watch, they might receive phone calls from unknown sources, and they will be saved here for 30 days in this list. So these are all of the unknown calls that have been rejected. They will be saved here. No records temporarily. So right now we don't have anything here. So for 30 days, it will be saved here. And you also get a notification if the child gets such a phone call from a manually add the person as a contact on the phone. Of course, it will be shown as an unknown source for the phone call, and then it will be automatically rejected. And then you can see the phone number here, and it will be saved here for 30 days. So yeah, you can check back who tried to call your child here. And then you have another function called scheduled power on and off. That is a feature for parents to let the watch switch on automatically in the morning and in the night. For example, in the morning at 8 o'clock, you can start using the watch, and in the night, let's say at 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., the child cannot use the watch anymore. So you set a limit so the child is not playing around with the watch at night, or it doesn't distract the child. But of course, if you want to use the alarm function, you shouldn't switch on this function. You can also just press the function here below that says the watch can be powered on off by pressing the on off button. So the child can by themselves switch off the watch through the on off button at the side. And then you also have a function here called photo wallpaper. So this is for you. You can use your own photos that you have on your phone as a wallpaper for your child. So your child can set it as the watch's face, the wallpaper in the background. So you can use your own family photo here, or a photo that you made. And by clicking add photos here. And another function we have here is find my watch. So if you ever lose the watch, you can make sure that you can find it, because it will show you the latest location of the watch. So the GPS can show you where the watch has been the last time. And you can also, if it's lost, choose to lock the watch, then nobody else can use it. Only you can unlock it through the passcode on the screen. So if you lock the watch, you have other functions available, for example, play sounds. So when you are nearby, you can make the watch play a sound so you can find it quicker. So you don't have to worry about your child losing the watch. Because of the GPS, it's really easy to find the watch again. And then we have other watch settings. So here we have all the general settings. Like for example, the language, you can set the language, time format, and the sound mode for the watch. So you can set ringtone, vibration, or either one of them. So if we click here, vibrate, ring, ring plus vibration, you can set it by yourself. Allow the watch to set the sound mode. So then you allow the watch to set this in the watch settings by themselves, so the children can set it by themselves. And then you have time zone, and emergency SOS is when you draw a C on the screen of the watch, the administrator will appear and you immediately can make an emergency phone call to the person you saved as administrator. For example, it can be one of the parents, and then it will quick dial the phone number of the parents, so you can immediately start a call. And here you can also set the heart rate sensor. So heart rate sensor, you can switch it off as well. Yeah, so you can switch it on and off. Other than that, you have a few assisting functions. For example, you have the change assistant. It's if you buy a new watch, you can quickly transfer the data from the old watch to the new watch. And then you have help and feedback. Here you find all of the common questions people have about the features of the watch, and you can find the answers here for different topics. And then you have the contact us. So that's the contact information for the customer service. If you are still having some problems or you want to know more, you can contact the customer service here. And then you have app settings. So if you want to get notifications or not, you can switch it off here. And the last feature here is to unbind the watch. So you can bind the watches through their own QR code. You can also unbind them. So here we have on each watch, we have this app called bind code. At the very bottom here, that's the QR code that you need to scan with your phone. You download the imoo app on your phone and then scan this watch QR code, and then you can add this watch as a profile on this app. And there are more features here on the watch that you can use. For example, it's the AI scanner. You have to, for the AI scanner, you have to use the back camera. So you make a photo of an object with the AI scanner, and then it will tell you what it is. So it will tell you what it is, a 92% similarity to a toy duck, this photo here. So you can try that with different objects. The children can play around with this when they're outside, make photos of different kinds of objects or animals or plants, and then the AI scanner can tell them what it is. You can always check what it is, so it's a very interesting thing to play around with. And then you have another app here called theme. So that's the layout. The layout app is here. You can change the looking. You can change your wallpaper. You can set your own wallpaper here from your own photos. You can customize it, or you will select one of the designs that are here already. So depending on what you like, you can select one of the designs that you have downloaded here. You can just use them, and then they will appear as your main watch face when you are looking at the time. And you can also customize the looking of the icons. You have two more different styles, except the default style. You can have two more different styles you can change between to customize the icons of the apps. And then you can also set your custom decoration, which is your avatar frame. So in the app Virtual Me, that's the app that creates your little avatar. So you can either choose those that are already saved here on the phone, or you can create your own avatar by using your photo here. You can click on custom. You can make your own one here. By using your own photo, you can create your avatar here. And then yeah, the other, that's all of the apps that I've shown you here. And in the, if you swipe to the left side, here's where you see your avatar. And that's also where all of your points and your progress while you were exercising is recorded. For example, how much energy you burned, also your ranking. And if you click on more energy, so there's a button called more energy, it directly brings you to the fitness app, and then you can start exercising. And you can also add some little funny inventory here, little accessories while you exercise. It's just like a fun feature for the children to motivate them to do more sports and to also challenge each other, because they always can see in the ranking list the friends that they added, how much progress they made. So in the middle here is all of our chats, all of the family members that we added here. And we can click on one family member, and that's what it looks like. So here we can click this button here to write a text message, or we can hold this one here to record a voice message and send a voice message. Or we swipe right and we have these emojis we can send. So we can select one of these emoji cartoons, for example, and then we just send this emoji here. Can you see that? Or we go to the very right side and we can send a photo from the album, or we can directly open the camera and then make a photo of ourselves, and then we can send a photo in the chat. And we also have the family chat, which has multiple people. So all of the people in this chat here will receive the message at the same time if you write the message here. And if you swipe to the very left side, this is where you can directly call all of the people that are saved in the contact list here. Or you can dial a number. So you also have the dial here. You click on dial. You see if the SIM card is in the watch, you can directly dial a number and call a number with the SIM card that is in the watch. And any rejected or recent incoming calls are here in the recents list. So this is the list of all of our phone calls or video calls that we try to make. And if we missed them or not, it also says missed, or it says 10 seconds, 5 seconds, depending on how long the call was. It is recorded here. So you have like a record over like a long time, a whole list of all of the incoming calls here in the recents. And now I will show you what it looks like here on the app. So on the app, you have this button here in the very middle. That's the button that you can use to video call or give a regular call to the child here. So if we click on video call, the child is receiving the video call here on this watch. And if they pick up, they can click on this camera symbol and it will use the front camera to start a video call. And any incoming calls are then recorded here. Or you can also chat. So you can also send a message here to the child. You can send a voice message, or you can send a text message, or you can send any pictures you have. Take photos here, make a video call. You have the buttons all available here in the chat as well. So you can also use the network. If there's no SIM card installed in the watch, you can use the network as well to do that. And it also, under locate, it shows you the current real-time location of the child. So we see here the last location of this watch is recorded here 4 minutes ago. So that's when the GPS signal was recorded. It will update every few minutes. It will update itself. So you always have the very accurate real-time location. You always know where your child is. And you can also see the history of the past 2 weeks where the child has gone. So it will be recorded here, historic track. And you can see it for 14 days. It will be saved here. And it also lists you the whole address where the child is. So you can also know if it's which address it is. It also even says indoor. So it says indoor. Yeah. And then we have notifications for every watch. So depending which watch profile you clicked, it has the notifications about whether the watch is fully charged or whether it has low power. If it has low power, you can, as a parent, by yourself, switch it to low power mode. So you have an option here called low power mode. If you click it, you see the normal mode will give you 20 hours of use. But if you switch to low power mode, you will have 85 hours of use. So you can click this yellow button here to switch it. Then the watch can be used for much longer and you can prolong the battery. But you can also recharge it. So it comes with this cable. We have this magnetic cable it comes with. You can always recharge the watch. It's very easy to recharge. You just have these magnetic connectors here at the side. And then it connects like this. And then it's recharging. Right now it's glowing that it's recharging, right? We see 97%. Yeah, it's recharging here. It's a magnetic cable, so it's very quick and easy to connect. And it comes in the box already with this watch. That's the accessory that you get, is this cable here. And you can choose between these two different colors. So we also have this pink color of the watch. You can also change your watch face here in the front. So each time you click here at the side on this button, it will show you what time it is. You can change the design of this. You can also set your own photo as the background. And if you swipe down here, you see the burnt calories here, the burnt energy here. And one of the photos is shown here at the side. And below you have a few icons that you can add by yourself. Can you see that? So you can click this plus button and add your own favorite apps here at the screen so you can access it quicker. Yeah, so at the very right side, you have your phone contacts that you added. You can add them here through this app here on the phone. So if you go to so here we see the profile of this watch, right? You go to bound members. Bound members is all the phone numbers of all of our family members. And we can see all of the members that were added to this. So if you want to add another family member, they need to scan the QR code of the watch to bind it to their account. Then they can add it. And you can also see the watch's contacts here for the chat. You can see all of the chat contacts here. And you can also add the people here. So you can add the watch friends, or here you can add the common contacts. So you have different options. You can add the mobile number directly of the person and the name and save it as a contact on the watch. Or you add the watch friends from contacts or by bumping against this watch. So if you have two children who have this watch, they can connect these watches together, and then you can directly add each other as a friend on the watch. So you will be listed as a contact as well. You can also start chatting with each other in the chatting function here. And yeah, so for every different child that we have a profile, we all have the bound members here. We can see who is connected to this watch, and we can see who is the contact of this watch. And so you can kind of control it so no strangers will give phone calls to your child. And you have this, you have the reject unknown calls function. So all of the unknown sources of calls, so only calls from contacts in the address book can get through, it says here. So if the person is not added as a contact in the address book, it will be listed here and the call will be automatically rejected. So your child cannot receive this call, and it will be saved here for the last 30 days. You can see the records here as a list. Rejected history. So all of the calls that have been rejected, and they are also shown on the watch under the settings. You can see also the rejected calls. So if you go to the settings, rejected history, so this is the list of calls that will be here. For 30 days, there will be a list here as well. So you have many settings you can adjust both on the watch and also on the app that belongs to the watch. You should download the app as a parent if you want to connect with your child, and you can always see the location of the child. So that's as long as the child is wearing the watch, you can have the exact real-time location of the child because of the GPS. And you can see it here on the map under locate. You always can see where your child is right now, and you can also see the history for the past 14 days, where it has been in the 14 days, if it was recorded. And you can directly click this button to make a phone call to your child. So you can make a video call. You click on your child here and click video call, and then it will call this child here. Let me see. Yeah, so now we have an incoming call. And we also see the minutes here of 11 minutes has been updated. The location here updates itself automatically. Yes, you can add a SIM card. Once you added the SIM card, you can also make regular phone calls without using the network. Otherwise, you have to add the connect the watch to a network and then use the network to make video calls. If you have a SIM card, you can also directly dial a number. So there's an app here as well called Call. So if you click on Call, you can directly dial a number and call it, just like on any phone. But for this function, you need to put a SIM card into the watch first. And you can also do that in the front. So when you, on the very left side here, where you have all of your bound contact members here, if you scroll down, you can see dial. Dial is the same as call. So this is also the function where you can directly dial a number. So it's better though to save all the important family members here, because it's very quick. You just click on the person and you can have two options here, video call, or this is the phone call here, is this button here on the right side. They can choose, and they can also make a direct phone call. And you can always call your parents like this, and you can also make an emergency call by drawing a C on the screen. So once I draw a C on the screen, the administrator appears, and this is my emergency contact person. So I can click on quick dial. Yeah, if you have a SIM card, of course, it says insert a SIM card. So if you can click on quick dial, and it will quickly give a phone call to the admin. So the admin can be the father or the mother of the child, depending on who is taking care of the child. You can set the main admin contact, and this will be also your emergency contact here. So on the phone app, we can see in the watches bound members, you can see we set one person here as the admin. So you see this person will also be the one who appears as the emergency phone contact. So when we draw the C on the screen, we can automatically call this person very quickly. So this watch has a lot of sports functions. For example, it has a step counter. It can count your steps. And you can also swim with this watch because it's waterproof. You can completely put it into water and you can still use it. You can even receive a video call underneath the water. And all of your fitness data can be saved here and measured. For example, how many meters you swim under the swimming function, or you can do rope skipping, running, and sit-ups. It can also measure how many you are doing and also for how many minutes. So it can be measured here also how many calories you burn and also how many grams of energy. So it's a very great function here to measure your sports progress, and also you see a ranking list. Once the child added other children as contacts, you can see the ranking list between each other. You can also, because of the step counter, you can also choose this race function here. You can challenge each other and start a race. Who is closer to 100 steps here? If you click on the challenge button, you can challenge your friend, and you can see who runs faster. So who reached 100 steps first wins this challenge. And then it will calculate who the winner is. So it's a great way to challenge yourself, and also it's a great way to get more body exercise. You also have a stopwatch function here to motivate you for running and for other types of sports. And then we also have the function, we have another function here called shake. So every time you shake the watch, you can win some points here when you use this function. Or you just get a sound and you won nothing. You have 5 times you can shake for free. So yeah, you either hear an animal sound or you win some points here. And the points can be exchanged for experience points, but it says here, no points gained yet. So I didn't win any points today through this function here. So we have 2 more times. Let's see. Okay, we only got animal sounds, but we didn't win any points. All of the points that you win can be used in the app called Level. So that's where you can see your current level here. You can see how much experience points you have earned here. And also you can earn points by daily check-in. So when you click this calendar here, you checked in and you won a point here. So that's your points, 18 points. Every 50 points can be exchanged for experience points. And then the level here of this watch will increase. It will show you this level. And also on the phone, you can see the current level of the watch. You can see that this watch is level 7 here. So you can see how much experience points every child has collected. We see 18 points here. Today's points that we have earned can also be seen here on this app. So we can also see step counter, and then earn points by check-in. That's how we earned these 18 points here. And then we also see the step counter, not only step counter, we also see more data here under fitness. So when the child was doing some kind of sports or exercising, we can see all of the things that have been done. For example, we see step count 15 out of 5,000. So 5,000 is the maximum that can be counted here. We also can see calories consumed and exercise time in minutes, up to 60 minutes. It will be measured here. And then we can see a diagram for that. We can also see swimming, how many meters was the child swimming, and how many times we did these repetitions here. And then running, we see the record if we have been running and use the step counter for that, how much meters, how much time, everything, all the data will be shown here. Walking is the same thing as well, also be measured here. Rope skipping, yeah, so we have no data here. So once there is data, it will be shown here on the phone as well. So you can always track the progress of your child. You can also see all of the health data that was measured. So the sensors on the watch can measure things like the body temperature of your child, heart rate, mood, and blood oxygen. So these 4 things can be measured here. So if we take the watch, we can see under health that we can measure these things. So you need to wear it really tight. You can see if we have measured it before, it will show you how many beats per minute we measured here as the heart rate. And then we also have other things like body temperature. It also takes 1 minute to measure. We measured before 36.5 degrees, it says here. So it can show you a diagram for today. It will be shown here. Blood oxygen records. If we have any records of measuring blood oxygen, it will be here. Otherwise, it shows this emoji here, no records. And then we can also see that all of this data on the phone. And not only this health data will be shown, we can also see the mood. So we can see a diagram here of the child's mood today. We have anything from sad, restless, calm to good. So if the child is in a good mood, you can see that here. And below we have a kind of diagram for the past 7 days. So you can see how the mood has been changing from high to low. So you can see it here and you can track it down here. You can see if there are any changes. You can also see if, for example, under body temperature, you can see a diagram. There will be a red line shown if the child might have fever, or a green line if it's a normal body temperature. And it's a daily diagram, but you can also see the data for yesterday or the past week. It will all be saved here. So for 1 week, all of this data will be saved here. So you can keep tracking this. You can see all of these changes here. And yeah, the same with the heart rate here. If any heart rate was measured here, it will show you a daily diagram of how many beats per minute were measured. And you can see the resting heart rate as well as the range of the heart rate can be measured as well. You need to wear this watch very tightly on your wrist if you want to measure the heart rate, because the sensors are here at the back. So you need to wear it like this around your wrist and wait 1 minute, and then it can measure all of your health data. And then you can see it by yourself, and you can also synchronize it with the app so the parents can use their phone to see all of these kind of health data of their children as well. You can also test it by yourself. So if you buy this watch, you can test all the functions first. If you are curious, you can check your body temperature here under health, under the health app. Or you can test the step counter. So you can go to steps and then check your step counter. So for example, here today's steps, where you go to fitness directly and you select running. And then when you click on the start button to start running, it will start calculating your steps. And then later you can see how much calories you have burned and all of these other data. It will all be shown here. And then you can see all of your progress. It will also be shown under the app called Level. So if you go to the Level app, you will see here below, if you scroll down, that you can earn points, and you can also earn points here by target steps reached. So that gives you another 2 points, or a friend can give you 2 points here, or you can earn points by daily check-ins. So there are different ways to get more points to increase your level. And you can also see it here under your icon. So when you look at your icon here, you see your points here that you have. It shows you that. And you see the fitness data right below. It shows your rank and also how much energy you have burned. So you directly also can click on more energy. It will directly take you to the fitness app. And then you can start exercising and start burning more calories. And you can also customize your icon as well. And the icon that you have, this little avatar that you have, you can customize it under the Virtual Me. So that app is called Virtual Me. It has your little avatar here. You can change the looking of this. You can change the appearance. You can click on custom. So you can check the ornaments and outfits. You can change between different kinds of outfits and appearances here. Just depends on what you like. So the children can play around with this and set the kind of icon that they like. And you can also collect shells every day. So you can have another function here, collecting shells. So this is just another function for children to play around with as a very fun feature. And as well as the sticker cam. So the sticker cam is not like the normal camera. You can make funny photos with the sticker cam. You can use both the front and back camera to make the fun photos either of yourself or of other people. And then in the album, you can see those photos again. So if we made a photo with a funny effect, you can also save this in your album here. Can you see that? So this is a photo I made before. Yeah, so you can make this either of yourself or of other people and save it. And you can also make videos, of course, and you can also use an app here that is called FunnyCam. So you can do a smile test or a smile contest here to win some extra points, some experience points. So you can exchange this for your experience points for your level here once you win the points. Or you can click on your virtual avatar. So you can use your own photo. You can use your own photo of yourself here to create your virtual avatar. So if you don't want to use the custom ones that we already have there, the already available ones, you can just use a photo of yourself. You can use both the back camera and the front camera to create this photo, and then it will be saved as your Virtual Me avatar. And then, yeah, the other funny function here is shake. And we already shown you this function, so you can shake 5 times per day to win more points or to hear some funny animal sounds here. So that's another fun feature here for children. And if you won any points today, it will show you here below. For me, it shows no points gained yet. So you can earn more points by doing this. And then you can also adjust your theme here. You can adjust the looking of the watch. You can adjust the watch face, the background, everything. You can also adjust the looking of the icons. So you have different designs here. For example, this gray one here. And then all the designs will look more simple. Or you choose like this futuristic outer space design for your icons. Or you just use the default one. You can download all of the designs. Once you have an internet connection, you can download all of these designs and they will be saved under Mine. So all the themes and wallpapers that you downloaded will be saved here. Your parents can also save a wallpaper for you here by using the smartphone app. So you can set your own family photo as the wallpaper here as well. And you can set it as the watch face. So it will be the background of the watch. And the time will be shown. So when you are looking at the watch, you're looking at the time. In the background, you see your own family photo that you have set here. And you also have like the custom decoration for your avatar frame. You can download different frames here. You can download different frames for yourself, for your own photo that you want to make. So if you want to create the avatar based on yourself, on your own selfie that you made, you can download the frames here. We click download and then we can use it. Click to use, then we can use it. And then we can also download different flip up animations. So these are the animations you will see once you flip up the screen. So you see, this is the animation that will be shown each time you flip up the screen. You either choose this purple one or you choose this one here. Let's see what the other one is. Yes, it's like an X arrow that appears here each time you flip the screen. And also you can change the sound. Yeah, so there will be like a sound. The volume is a little bit low here. So the flip sound will appear each time you flip it. Yeah, so these are the things you can adjust under the theme app. So the theme app is basically the whole layout can be adjusted here for the watch. The children can customize it. It's better you use your own photo as the wallpaper or your own picture or whatever you have from your phone. You can edit your own picture on your phone and just set it as the layout for this watch here. And then we have the AI scanner. You can use the AI scanner to make a photo of an object. You have to use the back camera for this. Let's make a photo of something. Let's make a photo of this bell here. And see if it recognizes the bell. Lens. Okay, it thinks it's a camera lens. So you can see if the AI scanner can recognize the objects or how much percent of similarity it thinks it has to certain objects. And last thing you have here is the binding code. So this is the code you use to bind the watch to the phone app. So you can use your app on the phone. So once you downloaded the imoo app, it's 290. You can go to our shop link and get this watch here for 219. You get so you can choose either the blue color or the pink color. Here you have two colors to choose from, and you get a recharging cable with it. So there's a magnetic cable that you can recharge it with, and it's very easy to recharge it with that. That's pretty much all the accessories that you get. And it can be used immediately once you recharged it, and you can bind it to the phone app. You just download it on your phone, and then you have this imoo app here on the phone. Let me show you. The icon looks like this here. So this is the icon of our app, and we can see all of the watches that we were binding here to this app. We have like a profile of each child, can have its own profile. Every watch has its profile. You can see the experience points as well as the steps. And also you can see which family members you added to this watch. You can see the admin and other members that we have added will be listed here. And the admin is basically the emergency contact. So you can make an emergency phone call with the watch by drawing a C on the screen. So once we draw the C on the screen, it automatically opens and the admin contact appears. So this is our main contact that we can call in emergency times. You need to have a SIM card installed for that. You will make a phone call to this person here, which is set as the admin. So you can set this person by yourself. It could be the father or the mother, and then the child can call the parent here immediately when it needs help or needs something. It can immediately unlock the phone and call the parent here by just drawing a C on the screen. So it's very quick to do that. And the watch is completely waterproof. So we have put it before here completely underwater. Can you see that? So this is the watch completely inside this water tank here, and it doesn't get damaged. You can swim with it, you can dive with this watch, and you can also drain out the water by using the drainage app in the settings. You can drain the water out of the little holes at the side, so it will not affect the sound too much. Because if you're underwater for a long time, it could make the sound quality a bit strange if there's water in these kind of sound holes. So you can adjust that by the drainage function. Yeah, so nothing happened to this watch. You can see, so it's great for swimming. It's also great for other sports where you are sweating. It's also great for outdoors in general. You can wash the hands while wearing the watch, I mean. So nothing to worry about. And you always have the GPS function. So the GPS function is always switched on the watch. You can always know the location. And that's, of course, a great relief for the parents. You can always find your child. You can see their location in real time. You can see where they're going. You can see the record for the past 14 days as well. So you can see where has my child been after school, so it doesn't get lost, and it can always call you. Your children can always give you a phone call here or give you a video call. There's a great camera here at the front, so directly if you make the video call, the camera immediately opens here, so the children can immediately receive the phone call, the video call, and you immediately see them on the camera. You can, of course, also use the back camera during the phone call. So if you flip the phone up like this, you can also use the back camera. You can show your parents the environment you are in, where you are, what you are doing. So that's great for children as well, to show the parents where they are, what they are doing, if the parents are worried about them. Yeah, so it's also very lightweight. So this is a very lightweight material here, and it has a lot of holes here, so you can adjust it really well to your wrist. So no matter how small your wrist is, it can be adjusted here, and you can always wear it really tightly. You should wear it very tightly if you want to measure all of your health data. You should put it really tightly on your wrist, and only then it can be properly measured here. You can measure things like your body temperature, for example. So I can go here to the health app, under the health app, and try to measure my body temperature. Right now it's measuring. Let's wait a bit and see what my body temperature is. You need to wear it really tight. You need to touch the skin to know the body temperature. It takes around 60 seconds, I think. So let's wait 60 seconds so it can measure my body temperature. Let's see if we can get any measurements here. If there are any past records, it will also be shown, like today. Also, it will show you a diagram of the same day below if you scroll down, so you can see if there was any changes, if the temperature is going up or down. 36.5, so it says the temperature is at the normal level. 36.5 right now. Yeah, and when you take off the watch, then it is saved here. We saved this kind of record here. So let me show you this. 36.5, that's the temperature we just now measured. That's my body temperature. We can also measure other things. For example, heart rate is measured in beats per minute here. It will measure your resting heart rate, as well as the average heart rate. And then we also have another thing called the blood oxygen. So it will measure the oxygen in your blood. That's another kind of health data that can be measured here. Yeah, and it can show you the health of your child, and if your child is healthy or not. It will also show you that the data is normal or not, or if it's not normal. And then you can always track the health of your child. If there are any bad changes here, you can always know about that. So I think that's also a great function here. And it's also interesting for those people who do a lot of sports, if their heart rate is high or not, and check their body temperature, know if you are healthy. If you're healthy enough, you can go out and do exercise, and here you can click on the sports app, and it shows you how much energy you have burned recently. And then you can click on the ranking. You can see you have a ranking here. It's green, so it looks transparent here on the screen. And then you can click exercise now. You have different options here: swimming, rope skipping, running, and sit-ups. So you have a lot of things to choose from. You can measure it either by time, or for example, how many meters you were swimming. You select the pool size. You can select how big is the pool, and then it will start measuring your progress here and how much time you spent swimming. And the parents can also see that under the fitness option here. If you click on fitness, so you see the today's progress as a little round diagram here. You can see step count, calories consumed, and then we have the exercise time in minutes, up to 60 minutes. Yeah. And we can see sports today swimming. You can see the duration, how long we were swimming. And yeah, all kinds of data, even calories burned and the heart rate. So we can even see how was the heart rate during swimming and how many meters of distance have we been swimming. It's recording a lot of data like this, so it's great for sports actually. This is not like a normal kids watch, it's a smartwatch for sports actually. And it's also a smartwatch to always keep track of all of the health data. And you can always see if your kid's body temperature is not normal. You will see it in the diagram. There will be a red line showing you that your child might have fever. So if there's anything to worry about, you will be informed about that. You will also see if your child's heart rate is normal, then you have nothing to worry about, right? So and then you can see the mood of your child as well. So based on all the health data, you can make a mood diagram here. For example, we have today's mood. We have everything from sad, restless, calm, good. You have a whole diagram here, or if the mood is going up and down, so you as a parent can know how your child is feeling. And below you see the mood for the past 7 days. So you can see any changes within 7 days. If the mood is going up or going down, you can see it here in this little diagram here below. And then you have a great function here that's called class mode. So you can disable all of the apps on the phone, so the phone, the watch phone doesn't distract your child during class. So you can disable all of the apps on the watch, except the contacting the parents, of course, under the class mode. That's the only function that will be available during that time. And you can set the time here. So you can set the time here in the morning. So for example, start time, end time, each class, when it starts and ends. And you can set it to automatically repeat itself every day, or it will repeat itself Monday to Friday, and then save it. And then you have this kind of class mode activated. So each time during the same time here of the day, the child will not be distracted by the watch, and it can only contact the administrator or just use the watch like a regular watch just to check the time. So you can set contact parents under class mode. Here you can choose allow or not allowed. So you can see in class mode, the kid can call the admin dad, mom. So you can call the administrator, which is the father or the mother, or it's not allowed to call them. You can change this by yourself. And then you can also set a limit for the usage. So you can see today's usage time is 5 minutes. So that's the screen time. That's how much we use the watch, and the screen was all it's counting 5 minutes. And you can see as a parent which of the apps have been used the most. For example, we have the sports app here, race, and the chatting app here. They have been used the most. And then you can see this week, and you can see a whole diagram for this week and how much we have used which app and how long. And then we can click on the screen time management. So this is our daily limit for the screen time. We can set, for example, 60 minutes as a limit. And then after 60 minutes of usage, the child can no longer use the apps on the watch, and it can only be used for locating and for calling, and that's it. And you can also have a notification, for example, if the child is continuously using the watch for 10 minutes, you get a notification as a parent. So you can know that as well, or you can switch it off, then you don't get a notification about this. And then you have apps disabled. So these are all of the apps on the watch are listed here, and you can click to enable them or not. So you can also make these apps accessible to your child or not here. For example, AI scanner, allow to use the app on the watch or not. You can click this button here. Once you click the button here, you can not allow it as well. So then your child cannot use that app. So you can, by yourself, either you can also remove the apps by yourself if you want on the watch. You can remove these apps, or you can simply disable them here in the watch disabled function here. So it's a great thing. If you think some apps are not necessary or too distracting, you can just disable them here manually by yourself. And then in the App Center, when you click on the App Center, you can see all of the apps that are installed on the watch and whether they need to be updated or not. So you can also see your current version as well. You can view the information about each app and what it's doing. And you can also update them here. So either view or update. So here, if we click storage, yeah, this is just the information about what the storage app is all about. And you can also give it a rating here in this function here. And yeah, so these are all of the apps that you can find. And if you didn't download them, of course, you can find them in the App Center. You can download them again. If you remove them, you can add them back again here through the App Center. And then you have the low power mode. So you can also set the low power mode if the battery is too weak. Right now, the battery is not weak. We have 19 hours of usage, but if the battery is getting low to, for example, 10%, it will automatically switch itself to low power mode. So then it's in low power mode and only calling and locating is available. All of the other functions are not available anymore, but you get 82 hours of usage. So under low power mode, if you're not using any of the apps, the watch can be used for a really long time. I think this is a really great function. So each time if you are worried about your child running out of energy for the watch, by the way, if you run out of energy, you can also use the cable to recharge it. This is the magnetic cable here that comes with it. It's a very small cable and you attach it here at the side. You have a magnetic connector here at the side and it attaches like this. And right now you see the watch is recharging itself. You just need a plug in here, and you just need to plug it in and then it can be recharged like this. You can take the cable with you if you're worried about running out of energy, and it can be recharged anytime here. It also shows you during charging how much percentage you have here. It also shows you the time right now. So that's a great feature here. That's a great way to charge the watch here. And you can, of course, use the app to set the watch to low power mode. So that's how you save more energy. Or you can also even set a scheduled power on and off. So you can set it by yourself when the watch switches itself on and off. So you can set, for example, in the morning at 8 o'clock, the watch switches on, and in the evening at 11, it switches off. So you can make sure that the child is not like distracted or playing with the watch at nighttime. Or you can select this below option. The watch can be powered off by pressing the on-off button. So you can use it by yourself. Yeah, you can switch it on and off by yourself. The child can switch it on and off by itself once you click this button here. Otherwise, you can just use this app to control when the watch is switching itself on and off. And then you also can check here each time unknown callers, unknown people that are not in these in the address book, not in the contacts that you save to the watch. Each time they give your child a call, you can see it here. They will be automatically rejected here, and then you can see the records for the last 30 days, all of the phone numbers that try to call your child that didn't come through. Also, you can check it by yourself. All of these phone numbers for 30 days, it will be saved here as a list. And then you can always find your watch if it's lost. There's a function here, if your watch is lost, please lock it immediately. Yeah, so you can lock the watch first of all, then nobody can use your watch when it's lost. And you just set a passcode and then it's locked. Only you can open it again with the passcode. Or you can check the latest location of the watch. So that's the last signal that the GPS recorded, and you can go to this location and find your watch again if the signal is on. And once the watch is locked, you have some other options as well. For example, you can play sounds. So when you are nearby, the watch will play some sounds. You can find it easier. Or you can check Wi-Fi networks nearby. That means you can also track the location by checking the nearby networks. Yeah. So these are many other options to find the watch. You don't need to worry if your child is losing the watch or forgets the watch somewhere. You can use its GPS function to easily find it again. And then you have a lot of watch settings you can change here on the phone as well. You can change the language of the watch. You can also change the time display format, so you can choose between 24-hour time or you can choose the 12-hour time. That's just how the watch is displaying the time. You can choose between these two. And then we have the watch sound mode. You can choose vibrate, ring and vibration. So you can have these different options, or you choose to allow the watch to set the sound mode by itself. And then you have a time zone you select for the watch. So the time on the watch will be set according to this time mode you select here, depending on your location where you live. You should know your time zone, and then you set the signal to this time zone here. Emergency SOS, and you can draw a C on the screen and it will automatically call the administrator. I've shown you this before. If you draw a C on the screen, let me try with this watch here. If you draw a C on the screen, the administrator pops up immediately. That's you can set one of the parents as the main administrator in the watch contacts, and then you can click on quick dial, so you can quickly call this person. Yeah, so it's a really cool function, I think, for emergency phone calls. So you don't need to unlock or open the watch at all. You just draw the C on the screen and immediately you can call the parents. It's very quick. It's for emergency situations. For example, if the child has missed the bus, or it need to quickly call the parents for some reason to pick the child up. So your child can use this emergency function by drawing the C on the screen to call the administrator. And then you can also switch off the heart rate sensor if you don't want to have that. Otherwise, it will measure the heart rate also during the different kinds of sports. So as I've shown you before, during swimming, it can measure if there are any changes in the heart rate or how the heart rate was during swimming. It will show that during the exercise. So it can record a lot of these kind of sports data. And then except the watch settings, we also have helpful features here like help and feedback. So you can find all the commonly asked questions about the watch and how to use the watch and what it can do. For example, how can I connect my watch to Wi-Fi? You can go to the app Watches Wi-Fi to set the connectable Wi-Fi for your kids. So you can either go to the app on the watch, or you just use this app here to set the Wi-Fi network for your child. Can parents access their child's chat history with their friends? And here it says, in order to ensure the privacy of the kids, the parents cannot see the chats of their child with their friends, to guarantee the privacy of the child. And then you have, for example, questions about the location. What is the reason for the location failure? The watch's network is not working. Either the watch is turned off or is out of credit, or the watch is not connected to the network. Yeah, so you can check all of these problems you can encounter. You have these very useful FAQ, useful solutions to all kinds of problems about the watch usage. And yeah, you can also you should also try using all of the functions here on the watch. If I was first switch it on, after you added the contacts, you can try calling the main administrator and all the other family members that you added here. You can also try to dial a number here. Once the SIM card is in, you can directly dial a phone number here and make a phone call to somebody. This function is the same like on a smartphone. So a lot of functions are similar, like having a smartphone, but it's much more safe than a smartphone because you will not receive unknown calls here. They will all be rejected here. And in the settings of the watch, you can find it here under rejected history. So here in rejected history, you will find for the last 30 days all of the unknown calls here that have been coming in, but of course you can't, the child cannot receive them. It cannot get through to your children. You will see it on the app though. So each time there's a call incoming to your child, you get a you receive that on the phone app as well. So you can see that here under the reject unknown calls. You will see a list here of all the calls that were incoming here. So you can check who has been trying to call your child. If there's a SIM card, of course, the watch also has its own phone number, right? So then also you can directly dial numbers, and you can use the phone credit to call people. Other than that, you can also use the Wi-Fi network to give video calls to people and to also write the messages. So in the chat here, we can write messages and record voice messages just by using the network. So we can use the local network here to send this message. You type one in directly, or you hold to talk, or you send an emoji here. So you choose from an emoji. You can send this emoji, for example. We sent one just now. Or you will scroll right another time, and you see here album, camera, video. So you have different options. You can send a photo, or you can send a video, or you can open the camera directly and take a photo and send it to that person. So these are all the functions here in the chat. You can also see the emoji you sent just now close up. Once you click on it, and you have a family group chat. So these are the messages that all the family members will receive. So if you send a voice message or text message here, all of the different family members that are in this chat will receive this message. And on the phone, you can create this family group chat. You can add all the phone contacts. So you can add the family members here. You can see here we have the child first, and we have the mother and the father and all the other family members that we added. And you just click the plus. If you want to add a family member, they need to scan this code here by using this imoo app. So if you download and use the imoo app, you can scan this code of the watch, and then you can contact this child. You can communicate with this child, send voice messages, or you are in the family group chat, so you can all talk together. You can all chat together inside this chat here. And you can call the child by pressing the middle button here with the call symbol. This is where you can make a video call to your children. So we saved 3 different watches here. So 3 children are here. We can call them. We can give them a video call here. For example, the blue watch here. Yeah, so we have a call coming in here. We can receive this call here by using the front camera. So usually we use the front camera during the video call, but you can also, during the video call, you can also turn the camera. So you can also use the back camera to show the environment where you are in and record your environment during this video call. So it's a really nice function here. You have these 2 cameras. The resolution is higher on the back camera than on the front camera, and you can also change in the settings how high you want this resolution to be. So you can adjust the resolution either HD, or you set it to a lower quality. If it's at the lower quality, you can save much more storage space actually. And yeah, it's just a nice it's a nice feature to have here. But when you flip it down, you can't use the back camera because it's actually closed here. When you flipped it down, you see that, right? And you have these kind of health sensors here. So these are the sensors that measure on your wrist your heart rate and also your body temperature. You can measure all of these different data here with these sensors. And here we see the brand name here, imoo, is printed. And we have like this watch band that is very flexible here, very bendable. It's not as stiff as, let's say, metal kind of watch. And it's also not bothering. It's not hot like a kind of canvas kind of watch. So this watch band is really elastic and flexible and can fit you exactly. It has like tons of tiny holes, so you can adjust it no matter how tiny the wrist of the child is. You can adjust it really well so that it will always fit tightly and it doesn't like fall. And you can also measure all of these health data accurately once you wear it really tightly on your wrist. So it's a really nice material here. It's very waterproof here. Each time we put it in the water, we just drain out the water from the little holes at the side so that the sound quality will not be affected. So we just have the drainage function that we use in the settings. So we take the watch out from the water and we switch it on. It's just working normally, even if it's completely wet from the water. And then we go to the settings here. We go to the settings function called drainage. And then drainage we use each time after the watch has been underwater. We use this drainage function here. And that's how we can get the water out of these little holes here at the side. And after that, the sound quality will be restored and the water inside these little holes is out. So it's not affecting this watch anymore. So you can use this multiple times to get all of the water drops out, make sure the watch is working properly and the sound is not weird, like, because if it's just been underwater, the sound might be a bit different. Yeah, so it's now drained. And it's working normally, this watch. You can make phone calls, everything. None of the settings are all of the settings are just as normal. And you can even freeze this watch in ice. So we have done this before also to freeze the watch in ice. It's also still working. It's even receiving a video call. Whether it's underwater or in ice, it doesn't matter. So it's really temperature resistant as well. So no matter which condition, this watch is working really well. And each time, so as long as we have a signal here, we can always give the child a video call. And when you have the SIM card in there, you can also give a normal phone call, just using the SIM card on the watch. And the location function, of course, is always working. So the GPS always shows you on the map where the child is. So you see the real-time location first. And you can also track back the past 14 days where your child has been, all of the locations. And yeah, you can see the whole address written here and how many minutes ago this GPS has recorded this location. You can also click update. If you click on the update button, it will locate your child again. If you think the GPS has been recording the signal too long ago, you click update and then you will locate the child here and update the location. You can see the whole address as well. Yeah, you can see the whole address as well. And you can also see how accurate it is. Accuracy is 16 meters. 16 meters accuracy. So that's pretty accurate for the GPS to locate your child. So you always know where it is. And you can also see the address as well and the surrounding buildings. You can always find your child with this. You can also find the watch in case you lost it. If you go to the function find my watch, if your watch is lost, you can lock it and find the watch by its last location. So you just check the watch's latest location here and it will show you where the watch was the last time. And then you can also lock the watch by using a passcode so no one else can use it. And then you can play sounds once you are nearby. It's easier to find like that. And then you can also connect it to Wi-Fi networks nearby. You can check the networks nearby. There's another function here. So you can easily find your watch again if you ever lost it. And yeah, you can also manually, when you're at home, set the network for your watch. You can add the networks to the watch so the child can use the data from the network and not the cellular data from the SIM card that you put into the phone. You just click add the network, and then you can find Wi-Fi networks around the watch and connect them. And then, yeah, if you have any other questions, you go to help and feedback. You find all of the common questions here for all of the topics. For example, how can I connect my watch to Wi-Fi? So it will explain to you how to do all of these things. And also it can, you can click on different topics, for example, call. You can check the questions here. Why do we receive unknown calls? Or how to add a watch contact. You can see the answer here. So on the right side of the app, you can enter the contact list of the child's contacts on the watch, and then you can click add a contact. And then you just add the person. The person can also scan the code of the watch. So you can scan the QR code and then add the child with this app, with the imoo app as a contact. And then you can always chat with it here. You see in this chat list, the child will be listed here. You can always contact it. You can send pictures to the child. You can also send a voice message and a text message here, or directly give them a video call by using the network here. And you can create a family chat. So you can put all of the family members into one group chat. Then all of you guys can receive the messages at the same time. You can all chat together here. You can send emojis here. You can also share pictures, photos that you have here, or you can open the camera directly here by clicking on this camera symbol or a video symbol. So you have many options here to always contact your child. And you can always know where it is, of course, by the GPS function. You always know where it is. You can always contact it. The child can always contact you. And it can also use the emergency SOS function by drawing a C on the screen. You see the admin is shown here. So that's the father here as the contact. The child can immediately quick dial and give the father a call when the watch has a SIM card in there, so you can immediately make a phone call with it, and then the father can be called in any kind of emergency situation. So that's a great feature as well for the children to stay safe. And for the parents, it's also very safe because you can always see the location of your child, where it goes. The child can always write you messages. You can write messages back, and all the unknown calls will be blocked. And you can even see who tried to call your child under the reject unknown calls function here. You can see a whole list of all of the people who try to call your child, but they, of course, they are not being put through. So your child cannot speak to them, but they can also see a list of that in their settings as well under the rejected phone calls. And you can also schedule the power on and off. So you can choose by yourself if you want the phone to switch on, for example, in the morning at 8 o'clock and switch it off in the evening at 11 o'clock. You can set the time here. At that time, the watch will automatically power off, or you check the option here below. Watch can be powered off by pressing the on-off button. Then you allow your child to switch it on and off by itself. And you can also use the class mode to let the child not be disturbed during class time. So You can set the time every day. For example, in the morning when your child is in class, you can set several class times actually and save the time. And then you can click that it will be repeated every day. So you can repeat it every day, or you can just Monday to Friday. You see the weekdays here. If you unselect Saturday and Sunday, you see you will repeat it every day, Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday, it's repeated every day, and then you can save it. And then this is the class time. During that time, the child cannot use any of the apps on the phone. So it cannot be distracted. It can only contact the parents here. You can also allow that or not. It says here, contact parents under class mode, allow, not allowed, or cancel. Yeah, so you can set it. And then the children can contact the parents still if they're in class or not. So depending on that, you can also set a restriction for the time of how long the child is using the watch. You can see today we had the screen time measured here, 11 minutes today, and these are the apps that were used. These 3 apps were used the most: race, sports, and storage. And then you can also see the whole week, how much did we use. You see the apps that were used the most time, and then you can see the total screen time here of sports. Sports have been used the most. And then you can go to screen time management. You can set a daily limit. For example, we set here 60 minutes. 60 minutes, you can also set it lower or customize your own time. After that time is up, all of the below apps cannot be used anymore. So all of these apps listed here can't be used anymore by your child after the time is up. You can only use the watch to call you, to call people, and that's all of the functions that are available. And of course the GPS is always switched on, so that thing is always available. This function is always available. Or you can go to the function called app disabled. You can enable certain apps. You see all of the apps that we have on the watch are listed here, and we have enabled all of them. But if I click on them, I can also switch some of them off, so then the child cannot access that app anymore. So if we switch this button off here, the child cannot access the stopwatch anymore. So if we wanted to not use certain apps, we can also click here and just disable them. We don't need to go to the watches system and remove the apps. So you can just, as a parent, just disable them here. Then the child cannot use it anymore. And you can go to check always if you have the newest version of each app. If you go to the App Center, in the App Center you can find all of our apps, and also you can see what they are. So FunnyCam, for example, it explains to you what it is. Your child can smile and win points and stuff. And you can also know how to use all of these apps here in the App Center. You can get to know all of the apps and the functions. Give it a rating as well. And you can also see if you need to update any apps, then there will be a button at the side saying update. For example, the Messages app has the update button, so you can update to the newer version of that. So you can always make sure you have the newest version. You can also check the current version that you have here. So the version number is also listed here. And if there are updates available, you can just click here and then you updated this app and you have the newest version that you are using. You can also see in the settings the version of your system here. If it's the newest one, you can also upgrade it. And then so that's how you can use the apps. And as a parent, you can always restrict your child from using certain apps too much, and you can also see how long your child has been using which app, but you cannot see the chats between the child and other people for privacy reasons. unless you are in the family chat, because in the family chat, all of you guys receive the same message. So if the child is posting a message here or posting a photo here, all of the family members can see it. So if we are here in the chat list, if we scroll up, we see our little friend here. And this is just your friend that you added in this add friends option. So in the add friends, you can add more friends, and you can click here. If you added more friends, you can click this plus button here. And it's just a very quick way to add other people who also have this watch as a friend. And once you have them as a friend here, you can check each other's daily steps. Like my steps are here, and then we can check the ranking list of me and my friend, who is first, who has more steps than me. And then someone is first or second, you can check the ranking list here, and also send each other a like each other. So bye guys, thank you for watching today. See you next